Welcome back to Food Related. In today's video, we're going to test the pH of our soil. So if we look out of the very dirty window, you can see some of the area we're going to plant into the food forest. And what I've done is taken a sample of the soil from 4 different locations in the paddock, and I've just mixed it up with some water. Now what we're going to do is test the pH. Now I've got 2 testing kits. I've got one which is kind of like a bigger test, testing a bigger range, more on the alkaline side to be honest. And then we've got test which is kind of coming down into the 5s. So this one's probably going to be a bit more accurate, whereas this one will give us a bit of a guide on where we're at. So here we go. So here's the strip before it gets dipped, and I've given this jar a really good shake up, and all I'm going to do is just dip the pH strip in, and we'll give it probably 20 seconds, and already we can see that it's changing colour. So what we'll do is we'll leave it for a good 20 seconds, and we'll see where it comes to. Okay, so we've left it probably about a minute, and I would say looking at this, we're coming down towards the 7 level. But if we flip it over, the box actually measures all the way, so this is a gross test which takes us all the way down to 0. So we're actually getting closer to the 5 colour here, somewhere in between 5 and 6. So you could probably estimate about 5.5, which is where we bring in the other test, which can actually test for 5.5. So here's the strip from the other test. So here's our strip, and we can see that yes, it's about 5.5, between 5.5 and 6, which is actually pretty good, because the kind of normal growing range is somewhere between 8 and 6. We can probably get away with about 5.5. So I'm actually pretty happy with the results of this test. You know, 5.5 on the pH scale isn't the end of the world, and we can adjust that soil with a little bit of lime or baking soda or wood ash. Baking soda and wood ash, they don't last as long, so that amendment of the soil won't last as long as if we use a bit of lime. So we'll probably look at putting a bit of lime down under the compost layer when we do our layering for our beds, and that should help just bring that alkalinity just up slightly into that 6.5, 7 range, which is going to be perfect for most of our growing. What is good is we are going to be growing quite a few berries, and stuff like blueberries, they like acidic soil, so that's going to be beneficial for them. So look, I know this isn't like a foolproof method, but you know, a bit of soil and water gives us a fairly accurate pH reading using these 2 different tests. The good thing about working in a school is that I have access to stuff like this. I don't need to go and buy like a full noise pH testing kit. So thanks for joining me on this part of the journey. Pretty excited about this food forest journey and what it's going to turn out like. So if you like this video, smash the thumbs up button, and yeah, carry on tuning in for more episodes on our little food forest journey.